Donald Trump's most recent actions prove that there is no way in which he or Republicans in general could ever let him leave power and ever let Republicans fall out of power. And here's why. Most recently, he removed all independence from agencies like the FEC, right? So these agencies regulate business. He has also put out a quote recently saying that anything that he does must be legal because it will be in defense of the country. And the Supreme Court had recently ruled that anything a president does, as long as it's part of their official capacity, is immune from all prosecution. So Donald Trump, through that quote, has now shown that he is going to say everything that he's doing is, in fact, as part of the presidency, even if it's illegal. What kinds of illegal things has he done? Well, illegal things like trying to undo the 14th Amendment. By doing that, he went directly counter to the Constitution. He put out an executive order that is against the Constitution, and now it would be, by definition, illegal thing, but it wouldn't be something he could be prosecuted for because it's protected by the Supreme Court. What do I mean? What I mean is if you look at the list of things that he's doing, like filling all positions in the government with his own loyalists and firing everybody else, removing independence of all agencies, even if they were created by Congress to be independent, making himself such that he can, through just executive order, without a law being passed by Congress, able to undo the things that the Supreme Court does. These are all things that Republicans would never want a Democrat to be able to do. Now, some of you are going to say, well, Democrats have done never to this extent. We've never seen it to this extent. And you know that you all would be freaking out if a Democrat came in and fired all of the career employees throughout the entire federal government and filled it only with liberal sycophants. So we've never seen anything like this before. And what it means is that if a Democrat were to come into power, they would say, okay, well, now it's our turn to do that. And they would do exactly what Donald Trump is doing, consolidating even more power to themselves. So, given that fact, we now know that it's absolutely impossible for Donald Trump to give up power, or for Republicans to give up power in this case, because they would be giving up a level of power that they could never, ever, ever, ever want Democrats to have access to. So, if it is beginning to look like Donald Trump is trying to create a dictatorship, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, swims like a duck, right, and does illegal stuff like a duck, then it's a duck. This is, in fact, his attempt to create not just an imperial presidency, but to make sure that the two-party system is eliminated entirely, and he will remain in power, and Republicans will remain in power indefinitely.